It's Tuesday, September 24th, 2024. Thank you so much for joining me today. A lot to talk about. Jotted down a few notes here, printed up a bunch of articles. Love to get your feedback on any of this. So please feel free to comment down below, share this video. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. But I want to get right into things. Something I was thinking about last night and just watching a lot of the news, watching videos, just watching and observing people. Hard work. People who work hard, they're going broke. It almost seems like the more people work, the more they're going broke. And there's a lot of people out there who are working hard, falling behind, and they want to give up. There's only so many hours you can work. There's only so many side hustles you can take on. And people are working like crazy and falling behind. There's no incentive anymore for people to work. The more you work, the more they take. And people really don't have an incentive. Right now, they are just trying to keep their heads above water, working 2, 3 jobs. Some people even working 4 jobs. Multiple people in the family working, and people are not able to save money. They're not getting ahead. They're not able to pay the bills. And so people are really now feeling defeated because they cannot get ahead. They're falling behind. Hard work is not rewarded now in America. It's literally punished. And people really are feeling defeated. What do you think about this? It just seems that the more people do, the more they're falling behind. So what's the answer? I don't know. I don't have the answer. I'm just observing this. I want to know what you feel about this. Are you observing the same thing? Are you experiencing this? That you're out there working all these side hustles, you're taking on extra hours, and for some reason, you're not getting ahead. You're not able to save money. You're actually being punished. They want to tax you more. They're taking you more. Prices continue to go up. What's the answer? I don't know. I think we're in big trouble here. I think a lot of people are in big trouble. We're all in big trouble. We're all in big trouble, ladies and gentlemen. So the harder people work, the broker they're getting. Not good. We need to incentivize people to work hard, that they're rewarded, that they're not defeated, that they're not punished. And we're doing the opposite. And something isn't done here quickly, ladies and gentlemen. There's not going to be any coming back from this economy. Fed Governor Bowman explains dissent on rate vote, says she's worried about inflation. The jumbo cut could be interpreted, she says, as a premature declaration of victory on our price reduction mandate. She cited several concerns. The big move could indicate that the Fed sees fragility or greater downside risk. I think there's no doubt that they had to do a jumbo cut because they see the writing on the wall. They're not being truthful with us. They're worried. They see big trouble. They know that this data is very manipulated, very wrong. Markets, she says, now might expect a series of large cuts. The markets are hoping again, the hopium, believing that more 50 basis, 75 basis cuts are coming. And she says this could stoke inflation. So what are your thoughts on that? I think that the Fed should have been raising rates, not cutting rates. They should have been raising a lot higher than where we're at. And I think that this whole thing is going to blow up in their face, and we are going to have very serious implications because of this. September consumer confidence falls the most in 3 years. The index slid to 98.7, down from 105.6 in August, a biggest one-month decline since August of 2021. I'm watching the news today. They've got the realtors on telling us that now that rates are just above 6%, you should go buy a house. That we're going to see a housing boom. How in the world, when you have consumer confidence falling at this rate, you're going to see a housing boom? That everybody's going to go out and buy a house, an overpriced house at 6.06%. Somebody explain this to me. People are very worried about this economy now because it's affecting them. They're very worried about the job market. They don't know if they're going to lose their job tomorrow, next week, next month. They don't know how difficult it might be to replace a job if they lose their job. They're worried that if their spouse loses a job, that one income is going to disrupt everything. It's game over. There's a lot of problems out there. So, but they want us to keep believing that this housing boom is going to save everybody. Everybody's going to be wealthy because the price of their home is just going to continue to go up. But if nobody's buying these homes, we have big trouble. You can ask $1 million for your house today, but if nobody's willing to give you more than $500,000 for it, that's what it's worth. If you can't sell it for $1 million, your house ain't worth $1 million. Middle East tensions, rate cut bets power gold to record high. These people that, would just laugh at us that, gold's going to collapse. It's going to fall under 800. Silver's going to be under $8. That's what it's going to fall to. That's when you should buy it. I have a news flash for everybody. I really do believe gold is going to $3,000. And when it gets there, where's it going next? 4,000, 5,000? It all depends. It all depends on what happens across the world. It's all going to depend what happens to this economy. But as I make this video, gold, $2,657. Silver, $32.11. Are we going to see $35 silver coming soon? I don't know. If the economy continues to get worse, if inflation continues to get worse, if these wars in the Middle East and Ukraine continue to expand, yes, it's going to go much, much higher. I hope that everybody's been buying these pet rocks, as many would call them, and ridicule them over the years. I've been making these videos for 7 years, 8 years, whatever it is. And I've been a starch supporter of buying these pet rocks because I thought they were on sale. I mean, they're still on sale in my opinion. And look, this is just my opinion, but I don't see the pain stopping. I think we're going to see a lot more pain. I think we're going to see a lot more trouble, more uncertainty, more chaos, more economic downturn, more problems with the US dollar. And so this is telling me that these pet rocks, gold and silver, are going to go much higher. I could be wrong. My opinion. Anything could happen, but reading the tea leaves here of what's happening around the world, things are escalating, and they're going to escalate, I think, much, much more. And gold is a barometer, ladies and gentlemen, and the higher it goes, the hotter tensions are getting around the world with these wars, the economy, the chaos, the uncertainty. It's not a good sign. I think we need to be paying more attention to the gold price now because it is warning us that things are breaking apart across the globe. And again, I hope that people were buying this stuff over the years when it was on sale. Netanyahu vows attacks on Lebanon won't stop as Hezbollah escalates with deepest strike inside Israel. This on The Hedge today. The U.S. right now has around 40,000 troops. We're sending more troops over there. We've got an aircraft carrier over there, two Navy destroyers, a cruiser on the way, and God knows what else. This is costing a fortune. And I'm not saying that we shouldn't be over there, but at the end of the day, we are a bankrupt nation. We are completely broke. This stuff is extremely expensive. This is now going to escalate into something much bigger. We've got to be very, very careful that we don't get sucked into a world war here. Let's not forget what's happening in Eastern Europe and the Middle East. Again, we, for some reason, cannot stay out of there. We're back, and this is costing a lot of money. And of course, we're paying for this. We're a bankrupt nation. We're broke. And we have issues with inflation here, and this is going to, escalate inflation even more. Anybody out there telling you that inflation is going back to 2%, that inflation is calming down, they're not reading the news. They're not paying attention to what is going on. This costs a lot of money. These missiles, these carriers, these drones, these troops, this is costing a lot of money. Money we don't have. We have to borrow this money or we have to print this money. This is going to cause more inflation. And again, this isn't to get political. This isn't to say that I'm against helping Israel. They are an ally. We're supposed to help them. But wow, we are really stretching ourselves out. We've got so much going on over in Eastern Europe. Now we're over in the Middle East. At some point, we know that things are going to be disrupted over in Asia and in Taiwan, and we're going to be so stretched, and we cannot even handle or protect ourselves right here. It's just an absolute joke. Goldman commodity traders, gold buying on our desk has been relentless, and silver is starting to move too. No surprise. Again, as we just spoke, we had a jumbo rate cut, and inflation is above the target. They're saying inflation is around 2.5%. It's much higher, you know that. Again, get yourself some pet rocks. It's starting to look a lot like the 1920s, and you know what happened in 1929. If you need some help with that, if you need a reliable company to buy some gold, to buy some silver, just go to my link down below, SD Bullion. 7 years. That's who I've been buying my precious metals from. They've been fantastic. SD Bullion, link down below. Look, I don't care. It's up to you if you want to buy it. You don't buy it. I'm not giving you financial advice. But if you're on the fence, or if you're looking for a reliable place, go to my link down below. Buy it from whoever you want to buy it from, as long as it's reputable. But you know, I know there's a lot of people out there that just despise me talking about gold and silver or where to buy it from. I don't care where you buy from. That's up to you. But at the end of the day, if you bought gold and silver back 7, 8 years ago when I was making these videos, you did very, very well. You're doing very well right now, and you are protecting your wealth. I mean, look at this article from the Wall Street Journal back in 2015. It says, let's be honest. This is Jason Zwig. Titled, Let's Be Honest About Gold. It's a pet rock. Really, is it just a pet rock? We're watching central banks gobble this stuff up. They can't get enough of it. When Jason wrote this article, gold was $1,150. Today, it is approaching $2,700. I don't know. What is that up? 150%? I don't know what the math is. But let's just say 140, 150%, whatever it is. You've done very, very well if you've been buying this stuff since 2015, and you can get to it. It's a physical asset. It's real money. You can go anywhere in the world, convert this to any currency, and eat food. You can do business because you can convert it. It is probably the most liquid asset on planet Earth, and everybody in the world knows gold is valuable. That pet rock is valuable. It can be converted into any currency and buy anything. This is why central banks are stockpiling this stuff, because this is the global money. This is real money. This is God's money. This is global money. And I'm adamant about this because your purchasing power with dollars and paper is going to be absolutely destroyed. So make sure you're protecting yourself. Here's another one from the I believe it's VA.com. 375 million U.S. military aid package for Ukraine expected as soon as Wednesday. Again, who is paying for this? $375 million. The largest aid package since May. Again, not sitting here getting political. I don't care if you're right, left, in the middle, whatever you believe in. I don't care. We are talking about the economics here. We are talking about the ramifications of all this debt. Where's the money coming from? You're going to pay for this. We're going to borrow. We're going to print. You will pay for this through taxes. You're going to pay for this through purchasing power. Look, I don't like war at all. I pray to God that everything in the Middle East just calms down. I pray that everything over in Ukraine calms down. Everything just comes to an end, because nobody really wins here. Innocent people are dying on both sides. We need to just have everything de-escalate. That's what we need to see. Unfortunately, it is not going to happen. And as long as we continue to send these multi-hundred-plus million-dollar aid packages, 375 million on this one, what do you think is going to happen to gold? What do you think is going to happen to silver? What do you think is going to happen to your dollar? You're going to lose purchasing power with your dollar. More inflation is being created daily. And this is why gold and silver continue to go up. But they'll call it a pet rock and joke around and tell you, just buy stocks, keep buying the paper, keep investing in the system. While the central banks, the big players, are getting out of the system and they're buying those pet rocks. Mr. T says he'll hit John Deere with 200% tariffs if it moves production to Mexico. Now, we did a show on this months ago where John Deere announced that they would lay off 600 employees at 3 plants effective August 30th. They want to move production of the skid steer loader and compact truck loaders to an existing facility in Mexico. This would take place by the end of 2026. Now, this affected many small towns in the Midwest because they relied on John Deere and those jobs. It wiped towns out. What do you think about this? Do you believe that we should tariff these American companies who are leaving America to go send jobs down over to Mexico or out to Asia or Canada or wherever? I really resent that these companies are doing this, and they're wiping out small towns. They're killing the American worker. The more you work, the broker you get. And these people get absolutely nothing. They just get left behind. The towns get wiped out. And you would think a company like John Deere, does it get more Americana than John Deere? Is there a more an American company than John Deere? But they're not really that American because they're just sellouts apparently, because they will just leave America for the bottom line and go down to Mexico. Really, really sad. Do they deserve a 200% tariff? Yeah, I think they do. I think they really, really do. I think we should make it very, very difficult for these companies to go and pay these, cheap labor costs in other countries. We need to do something, ladies and gentlemen, with getting American production and manufacturing back here on American soil. Because if we cannot make things, if we cannot manufacture, if we cannot produce products here, we are going to have nothing. All we have is consumption. 70% of our GDP is consumption. People buying stuff with money they don't have. They're using credit cards, going deeper into debt. And we're giving these countries this paper currency that is backed by absolutely nothing. How much longer is that going to last when a country goes, this is just monopoly money. We need something real. We don't want your dollars anymore. They're worthless. And we're not offering anything to the world. We're not making anything. We're not manufacturing. We just consume, and consume, and we give them monopoly money. How long is this going to go on? If we do not do something very, very quickly, if we do not get our act together here very, very quickly and begin building factories and manufacturing, this country is going to be done. Countries that don't make things don't last very long. So, I don't know. Let me know what you think. Alabama hospital suspends operations citing staffing shortages. Thomasville Regional Medical Center in Alabama has suspended operations indefinitely amid staff shortages. The hospital is in foreclosure. They are in huge debt. There is a potential $20 million loan out there that could stabilize the hospital for a while. They don't know if it's going to go through. But yet we have $375 million yet again to give to Ukraine. We're sending military equipment and troops all over the world. We are spending so much money. We are giving money to people coming over here and just giving them healthcare services. We're giving them food. We're giving them jobs. We're giving them money. And yet we can't even keep our own hospitals open. This is an absolute disgrace. And speaking of disgraces, this last article coming from The Hedge, check this out. And go Google these articles yourself, educate yourself, be awake to what is going on. Right now, you have got to put down the football games and pay attention to what is happening to this economy, what's happening to your country. Too many people are absolutely comatose because all they do is watch football and support these disgusting organizations that really hate you. But speaking of disgrace, coming from The Hedge today, your tax dollars at work. San Francisco cops dress up as inflatable chicken to catch speeding drivers. So they're walking across the crosswalk and they're hoping that a driver will, drive over the crosswalk while they're walking in their chicken suit, and then these people get a $400 ticket. Isn't this wonderful? So let's talk about what's happening in San Francisco. Well, they have a homelessness crisis, they have a fentanyl crisis, they have a gang crisis, violent crime of 4%, and homicides are up only 83%. Let me repeat that. Homicides in San Francisco are up only 83%. And what are the police doing? They're dressing up in chicken suits, and they're trying to catch motorists driving over the crosswalk so that they can give the motorist a $400 ticket, a $400 moving violation. What an embarrassment to law enforcement. And anybody doing this should be extremely embarrassed. While your city has a crime epidemic, a homeless epidemic, a fentanyl epidemic, a gang epidemic, and again, homicides are only up homicides are up only 83%, and you're running around in inflatable chicken costumes giving people, motorists, $400 tickets. Is this where these resources should really be? Preying on the taxpayer, the motorist who's probably, trying to get to work so they can go broke. the taxpayer is really getting gouged here, ladies and gentlemen. The people going to work, paying their taxes, trying to obey the law, avoiding inflatable chickens. This is an absolute disgrace. Absolute disgrace. This is what we're paying our tax dollars to. These resources of law enforcement to gouge people of $400 tickets while they're running around in inflatable chicken costumes. An absolute embarrassment. It's repulsive. It's a disgrace. It's absolutely unacceptable while your cities burn down, while your cities are overrun by gangs, violence, graffiti, homelessness. It's disgusting. You guys should be absolutely ashamed of yourself. I'm going to leave it there today. Please comment down below on any of this stuff. We are living in something that I never thought I would ever see in my lifetime. You cannot make this stuff up. And these police should be absolutely embarrassed of themselves. What a disgrace. It really, really is. Comment down below, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know what to say. We're in big trouble. Pray for America. We're going to need a miracle. Again, no matter who's elected, we're in very, very big trouble. And at this point, all I would do is do the best that you can to prepare the best that you can for you and your family. Do something. Doing nothing is going to guarantee that you're going to lose. Doing something a little bit at least gives you an advantage, at least buys you some time. This is going to get extremely ugly. I think personally, my gut tells me we're going to see a 1929 style collapse. The scary part is the societal collapse that is going to come with it. It's not going to look like 1929. You're going to be dealing with some very, very bad people. Be careful out there. God bless.